I think I'm the only one who's crazy enough to do a Q&A video in a wedding. Like, get up. Anyway, I'm going to answer some questions you guys have been asking me. I got a lot, by the way. I did not expect this much. And since I did say that if we get enough, I'll do this video. So if you guys don't see your question, for example, it's not about favoritism. There are just a crap ton. So hopefully I can answer as much so you guys get to know about little old me who is behind the screen. No! Oh, it's a horse. I was wondering why I got stuck. The first question that I have is, if you have anything, what will you pick? If I could have anything, you know what? It might sound so generic, but world peace. And I'm not trying to be like a noble person here. I mean it. Because if you have world peace, there would be no capitalism. There would be barely any of the inequalities. There would be like people who are actually happy, people who respect one another. Generally, no wars, all of that stuff. That's in an ideal world. But hey, you asked me if I wanted what I wanted, so. What are your favorite shows, favorite anime, favorite video games besides Infinity Nikki? Right. So my favorite shows are just really, I love SpongeBob, actually. I really do love that. I rewatched some of the older seasons. The new one is slop. It's garbage. But I do watch a lot of the older seasons. As a favorite anime and stuff, honestly, I don't have a favorite. Many people have asked me, but if I had to choose amongst a list, I love Princess Tutu. I love Skip Beat. I do like Fruits Basket as well. Sailor Moon is a good anime. But I've mostly just been rewatching stuff from my childhood. I love Kobato as well. It's an anime by Clamp. I guess some people know of the company. Such a good anime, by the way. I would be down to watch that with anyone. Any of these with anyone. I love them so much. Favorite video games besides Infinity Nikki? I love Mario games. That's just one thing I've always had as a kid. Mario Kart, Mario Party, just anything Mario really. I do play Smash Bros as well. Yeah, I'm quite a gamer, by the way. But I just think that that's something that I like to do. Anyway, I don't want to yap too much. There's so many questions. What has had the greatest influence on your current art style? Sorry, before that it said what originally inspired you to take up drawing. So I'll answer them both. So I've always drawn for as long as I can remember. I don't have any pivotal moment in my life where I was like, the pen has chosen me. I'm going to be an artist. It's more like I've been doodling before I realized it. And I know so many kids do that. But eventually I was like, this is going to be my job. This is going to be my hobby. But as for what influenced my art style, because it all goes hand in hand, I got into shoujo anime. I got into anime as a teenager. I was into it at a young age and then I came back to it. But shoujo has always been something I have loved. So my greatest influence has been the 2000 shoujo anime. And I remember seeing a comment a while ago on my channel where someone's like, oh, I love her art. It reminds me of the early 2000 shoujo. Honestly, that comment has my heart because thank you. That's literally my inspiration. I really love late 90s shoujo, early 2000 shoujo, mid 2010s. And I feel like anything after is a hit or miss. But like early 2000s, like Full Moon or Sagashite, Special A, there's so many, Kami-sama Hachimemashita, and what else? I'm gonna list like so many. Oh my gosh, I love Yumeido Patricia so much. And I guess some of you guys might be thinking, what the hell is she saying? I'm saying the Japanese names because, I don't know, it just comes instinctively to me. But yeah, pardon me. Just shoujo, just really, really like early 2000s shoujo has literally been it. Do I prefer drawing digitally or on paper? Digitally. I do draw on paper and my style is so different. It looks much more generic on paper. I think I can show you guys some pictures whenever I can. But digitally, because when you make mistakes, you can fix it. And also, I love the feel of the brush textures and everything like that. I feel like you just can't do that much traditionally without making a mistake. At least I'd make so many mistakes. Okie dokie, wokie schmokey. What is your favorite non-digital drawing method? I'm so boring. I just like using a pen. I don't use pencils. I don't like pencils. I don't like painting, by the way. I'm just like a really quick ball pen. Is that the word? Ballpoint pen, I think. Sketcher or doodler. That's just me. I don't have any professional techniques. I mean, I used to try with the dip pens and stuff just so I could feel all professional. I was like, nah, I'm sorry. I just want to stick to basics. Okay. I think I'm going to move away from the drawing questions because it can get a little bit repetitive. Okay. So, do you have any other creative outlets besides drawing? Wow. Gaming. Creative outlets. Let's see. I think I would say I have a very insightful mind in general. Like I'm very good at visualizing. So visualizing, that's what I could do. Daydreaming. No, I'm kidding. As for creative outlets besides drawing, not really. I think it's just more I like to game, I like to bake. I mean, baking could be creative, but I don't do it as much. And I don't do anything aesthetic. I kind of just do basic stuff at times. These are a bit random, but let's just read them anyway. Why is Suzuna, my character by the way, frequently pictured wearing black clothing? Oh boy. So this is actually a law-based question. By law, I'm talking about the story, the character's arc, all of that stuff. So Suzuna, my character, this is her full name by the way, she used to wear a lot of white clothing, a lot of pale colored clothing, especially white. If I look at my very old channel, I don't want to get the artwork up because cringe. And over time, her outfits became black. And I don't want to freaking give a trigger warning to a Q&A of all things, but it's just a manifestation of all the sadness that has piled up onto her through the recent years and stuff. That's why her dress became black, and that's why she wears a lot of black. So that question caught me off guard. Honestly, out of all the questions I've had that I've skimmed through, that one was like, okay, I need to give justice to this one. So without telling you guys in detail, it's just based on her story and stuff. But I also like wearing black myself. Like just generally, it's a color that I can just wear pretty much anywhere. And it's just comfortable as well. So that's how I would see it. But yeah, it doesn't need to have any meaning to it right now because on this channel, it's just because I'm used to drawing her in black or because it reminds me of certain outfits I already own. So yeah, that's why. But this channel and her lore have nothing to do with each other because she's just a character of how I represent myself. Do you regularly eat dessert or is it only for special guys? I don't regularly eat dessert. I know I can sound like I have a sugar problem, but nowhere near as I used to. I don't have regular dessert at all. Barely. Literally, I don't. So yeah, I do love to have dessert, but I don't snack on stuff as much anymore. I've been really working on my diet as well. Like I've been having more fruits, I've been having much more fibers and stuff like that. More water as well, which I always need to get up because my hydration level is just bad. But yeah, guys, I don't have desserts all the time. I know I made a video about having a sugar addiction, but trust, it's fine. What is your favorite dessert to eat? Ice cream, cookie dough. Honestly, ice cream and cookie dough. I love cookie dough. I love ice cream, but the number one thing I like having, milkshakes, ice cream. Those are like the things I love the most. I just can have it anywhere, honestly. With cookie dough, it can be filling, but I need a mood to have it as well. So if I could always have dessert, it would always be ice cream. I do also like crepes as well. Crepes are always cool. My favorite dessert to make. I don't really make that many desserts, but recently I made a banana bread for Eid, which is an occasion that we Muslims celebrate twice a year. And it was actually pretty banging. It was pretty good. So I think I should definitely make that again. Honestly, the smell of bananas was everything. Have you ever tried to decorate a cake or do any other dessert-based art? Decorating a cake, yes, I have. Yikers. Chocolate or strawberry? Chocolate. I know I draw strawberries a lot and I draw stuff. Oh yeah, to answer the other question, dessert-based art, too many. I do have dessert-based art. I mean, I don't know if anyone saw my coffee page. My profile picture, actually, I do have a post of it as well. The earliest post I have, that's of dessert. I really do like drawing dessert stuff. It's fun. I love drawing sweet stuff and it's part of my cute style, so that's always great. What is your favorite genre of video game? Okay. I know people are gonna think that this is crazy for me. It's actually combat. Okay, I know I play fashion games, I know I play the cutie kind, but my favorite games of all time are ones with combat. You know, when I play Love and Deep Space, I always love to fight. I always love, like, I've played Street Fighter, I've played Tekken, I've surprisingly even played GTA as well. Some people were surprised by that. I've played Smash Bros. I've played Smash Bros throughout the years, so I'm very competitive with that. I just love combat games a lot. I do love Mario Party as well. That's also fun. But I've always just been like a combat person with games, by the way. I just think it's really fun and I don't know. I love games with strategy. They're fun. And like, I like figuring things out as well. That's why once upon a time when I was younger, I used to watch those riddles on YouTube because I really liked figuring things out. I know I was never interested in becoming a detective or anything like that, but I was really keen on trying to make sense of things. And yeah, so I was always someone who questioned logic or why does something happen? I'm a curious individual. Do you prefer slow, easygoing games, or fast, technically complicated? Oh my god. Okay. It depends, okay? Because with Infinity Nikki, it's definitely easygoing. But with other games, I know this sounds so weird. I love to skip the story mode. I like getting straight to the point with things as well. So I like to relax. I like to roam around the open world. But I'm also someone who likes to go to the point of things. I think that's also why I like being like blunt as well. I don't like to waste time in regards to that. I like to get things done the second it's on my mind. And I'm not really someone who likes procrastinating. And if I do, I will ensure that I make up for it as well. So it depends. But when I do play games, I'm like skip, and then I'm like, oh crap, I don't know what the story is about. But hey, I got to the main gameplay. But it depends. I have to be invested. Like if it's a series I like, maybe I'd actually listen to it, but generally, nah. What was the first video game you remember playing? Oh boy. Guys, I actually don't even know. Maybe it was Mario Kart Wii. I actually no, it can't have been. That was like much later. I think maybe I played on my laptop years ago. I don't know if anyone remembers Girls Go games. I can't remember what it's called, but they ruined the site now. It used to be so pink and pretty. I used to play games like Sarah's Cooking Class, Shopaholic Girls, Dora, and other stuff. I used to play so many cartoon-based games that I used to watch as well. And Polly Pocket, Barbie. I was a girly girl as well as someone who also watched SpongeBob and, you know, played a lot of fighting games and stuff. I had quite the contrast. So I don't really remember what my first game was, but that was very early in my childhood. Oh boy. What is a comfort game from your childhood that you still love and go back to? Anything Mario. Sometimes I go on... sometimes I play older games on an M. I can't say the word in case, you know, you're not really meant to say that word. But when you play games on a different kind of software to run it, if you know what I mean. And I just basically play old games. Mario Party 8 is one of my absolute favorite games. And I made a video about that on my other channel, which is Suzu Plays Too Many Games. Yeah, crazy. That was my very first SuzuTales account, by the way. So that's where I have all my corny artwork. So if you want to see that, there you go. And you will see Suzu actually wore white there as well. Eventually she wore black. But yeah. My favorite video game character, oh god. I know people are gonna look at me and say basic Princess Peach. I mean, I have other characters I like as well, but the thing is, I just love Princess Peach. I don't know what it is about her. Maybe I just loved her as a kid. I just love Peach. She just gives friendly, kind, sweet vibes. I know she gets kidnapped a lot, but I do not care. Honestly, she's a sweetie pie. I'm not a big fan of how she is in the movies as much, but I've just always adored Peach. She's just such a cinnamon roll. I love her. Let's see. Have you ever had a friendship tested over a heated match of Mario Party? Interesting story. There was a time where I played Mario Party with some people, and I was already in a pretty crap mood, and that game was so bad, I literally left the group. And I remember that I kind of started a bit of an uproar as well. But oh my god, Mario Party is not a good idea if you're already in a bad mood. As for Mario Party, I do enjoy it. It's just, you gotta obviously play with the right peeps. Oh my god, my thing is glitching hard. Yeah, just play with the right peeps, and it's a fun game, and yeah. But having a friendship tested, I underestimated it. I thought people were joking at first, but it's freaking true. Once you get a star, everyone's your enemy. And everyone sees you as an enemy as well. And boy, oh boy, when people call the boo and use like 50 coins, I think, to steal a star, oh boy, that's a friendship toasted right there. Okie dokie. Okay, I'm gonna start doing some random ones because I think on theme is a bit boring. So let's just do stuff. What manga/anime character do you relate to the most? Total Honda from Fruits Basket. When I had my editing channel, Eternal Serenity, years ago, I remember everyone would just call me Total, and I watched the anime. I actually grew up with Fruits Basket. I watched the 2001 anime, and I also read the manga. And the reason why I relate to Toru so much is because she has a fear of losing people. And that really stuck to me as a kid. So it's not just about her being kind. She just felt real because the fear of losing people and stuff, again, I don't want this to be deep. This is a freaking Q&A. But I just remember I made a lot of Fruits Basket edits as well, AMVs and stuff. And I've always related to Toru. So whenever people used to call me Toru in that channel, it made me so happy. Because it was like, okay, at least I'm associated with a positive character. Of course I got called by Eternal and then other names as well, but yeah, that's the one character I can relate to the most, at least I would say. What was the biggest factor in the decision to pivot your channel towards speaking on self-improvement? Right. This is crazy stuff. Okay, so my channel used to just be animated story times and memes. So for me to suddenly start talking about self-improvement was a range of other things. But let me tell you, it wasn't something I was like, okay, I just like bang on was like, okay, this is what I want to do. It's something that was so uncalled for. I did not expect it. I started watching a lot of videos recently. There were a lot of Minecraft themed videos with commentaries, and I just watched them. And I was thinking, wow, these are so relatable. Imagine how I would sound speaking about my views. But here's the thing, right? They didn't have that SuzuTales charm, in my opinion. And let me tell you something. What I mean by that is when it comes to my own opinion. They didn't have bluntness, and I was thinking, why can't they just say things for how they are? You know, I started to question. Once again, I'm a very curious being. So if these videos help people, that's amazing. And if they help the person themselves, that's also amazing. But I was just thinking, if I would make videos, I would start thinking, okay, when I watch someone else's videos, I was thinking, what would I add to make it better? Or what would I add to make it, I don't know, to make it seem somewhat like, what's the word? I don't know, bro. I don't know. But yeah, I was just thinking to myself, okay, I would add this differently, and then I was like, let me try. So I did one, and it performed relatively well in comparison to my storytime animations. And I was like, I should really take this more seriously. So I started to learn about stuff, good audio, thankfully, and here we are. It all started from me just being curious about other people, and those videos did help me, but I was always thinking about what they lacked. Not because they lacked as people, but because I was thinking what I needed as an individual. So then I decided, what would I want to watch? So I made videos that, while a lot of you guys are given help from them, which I'm really grateful to, I watch my own videos at times. Shamelessly, by the way, because I relate to what I say and I'm like, oh snap, she has a point. So it's like kind of giving myself a reality check. I think that's one of the questions as well. Oh, wait. Would you say you are a more of a tough love or soft love person, both giving and receiving? Oh, God. Okay. You guys are going to be a bit amazed by this. I am very soft naturally as a person. Like, I love cuddling. I love to be soft. I love to be gentle, but tough love is only for people who I feel need it. Because I'm on the internet, I know that people have a choice to watch my videos. So you can be toughened up. But in real life, I would address the situation. I would address the person. Some people don't like tough love because if I just meet someone for the first time, I can't hit them with tough love. That's just a bit harsh. But if people are at least online, they have the right to just walk away and be like, I don't want to watch this. You know what I'm saying? So I would describe myself as someone who is soft, but I do like to say I'm blunt as well. So it depends. I do describe myself as soft love, absolutely, especially for people who are a lot younger than me, for example, because they don't need bluntness. They're just kids, or they're just people who are trying to navigate the world. But tough love is for people who I feel like are making too many excuses and people who genuinely need to be told things for how they are. Because not everyone will work well with tough love. And that's just something that I've just learned to accept. Because as much as people need tough love at times, it's not something that they'd appreciate during the moment. Or it's not something that would just get them moving. Like sometimes if you tell people, stop being lazy, get up and do something, you're just going to immediately think, oh no, I'm lazy. That's so mean. I don't want to get up now. But if you just tell people, look, your future is going to just evade you, that could get them moving. Because that's grounding them. But don't say things like, okay, this person's lazy, this person is that. It depends on how you say things as well. Oh my God, I'm yapping the crap out of these questions. Boy, oh boy. I have so many other questions I need to do. Does speaking on and teaching others about various methods of self-improvement help you better and understand and use those methods? Yes. I do use those methods myself. When I tell you guys things in my videos, don't take it as someone who is absolutely perfect. Like, okay, I have everything figured out. No. As I said, I watch my own videos. Oh, whoa, that splash was so cool. Sorry. I take my advice. I watch my own videos. I learn, I adopt, because even though I mostly have it figured out from my videos because I'm the one who's saying all the advice, I still need to apply it myself, and it helps me. So while I do help other people, it absolutely helps me because I'm also reminding myself while I speak, snap, yeah, this is how far I've come. This is how bad it is to make excuses. This is how important it is to not listen to other people's validations and opinions and stuff with certain things. You know what I'm saying? So this is where we just have to acknowledge that you want to do something that makes you happy, that benefits you and the other person. So if I did something that just made you guys happy, but not myself, it wouldn't be fulfilling. So doing something like this is absolutely fulfilling. And that is something that I would just love to continue, God willing. As for more questions. Okay. Let's see. What is your current short-term goal in terms of your own self-improvement that you're working towards next? Okay, my current short-term goal for my self-improvement. Okay, I think the most important thing I need right now for self-improvement is to acknowledge that it is okay to be proud of what you've done so far Because one of the things I struggle with is feeling like I've done enough. I remember a time a while ago where I asked you guys on a community post what video I should do next after I uploaded like every single day, I remember. And a lot of you guys rightfully said that I needed to take a break. And it's true. I didn't understand how bad it was until people told me. So that's one of the things I'm hoping that I can acknowledge, that even if whatever I've done is not perfect, I've done more than enough, and I should be proud of how much I've done instead of just feeling like it's not enough. So that's my personal achievement, because then I will feel like I can take more breaks without any guilt and actively be like, you know what, I can always regenerate my strength instead of feeling like, okay, it's hard to take a break. So that's something I personally wish to work on. Sorry, what's your go-to method for cheering up someone who is feeling down? Acknowledge them. Let them feel like they're around a human being. So when someone is feeling down, you don't want to start lecturing them like, oh, this is what you got to do with your life. You need to make them feel like a human is present in their lives. That's the most important thing. Don't judge them. Don't think about what's wrong, what's right. The most important thing is they have someone who can listen to them. They have someone who can actually be present for them. So if someone is down, I either like to distract them with a good, casual conversation, and then we ease into it and say, you know what? I hope to see you smile more often. What's bringing it down today? Try to be a bit smooth. Not like me, that was corny. But yeah, you want to show them that you care, but you don't want to just cut to the chase. You want to ease them. You want to give them comfort so that they can tell you at their own time and pace, that they have something that's bothering them. And that's the thing. Like, don't pry, and unless it's like a life or death situation, just be patient with people and think about how you yourself want to be approached. Like for me, just ease into it. You know what I'm saying? Like some people can be direct with me, which is cool. Like I'm appreciative of that. But it really does depend on the situation and the people. But what I would do is just let them know a human is there. That they're not just screaming into the void, that someone is there for them if they want to talk, and sometimes maybe play a game with them, distract them, but show them that they aren't physically alone. Like maybe I would tell them, are you free? Let's go out somewhere, or let's go for a walk. Let's have a little conversation, a little coffee, something, you know? And then eventually they ease themselves up to me and just say, this is what's bothering me, and yeah. But oftentimes if it's just indoors, just call or play a game online. There are so many possibilities. But if worse comes to worse, give them some time. But I don't know, like it really does depend on the person themselves. They have to also be willing to cheer themselves up. So that's another thing. Make sure it works both ways. You don't want to pour so much for no one to give you anything in return either. Yeah. What was the final straw that got your own self-improvement journey going? Maybe too personal. It's not personal, don't worry. So whatever it was that got me was being tired of my own bull. Because no one is going to save me at the end of the day. And I had to grasp that. I was like, if no one is going to save me, if no one is going to tell me the words I need to hear, I'm going to say it to myself. And there comes a point in life where you'll be tired of it. So even though I was like really unhappy in the past, obviously I'm not going to go into detail, I didn't just stay there. I was like, you know what? I'm tired of this state. It doesn't do anything. It makes me unhappy. It makes me miserable. So that's when I was like, you know what? I'm doing something about it. No one's going to care for me, so let me care for me. No one's going to do this for me, let me do this for me. No one's going to say this, let me say this. That's just how it is. And when you learn that no one is there for you but yourself, then you know that you are your own enabler. Like if something goes wrong in your life, you are the enabler. because you know no one is entitled to help you. You know no one is going to say those words. So if your life sucks, you kind of know the reason why. And that's what got me really invested. How did you learn to edit videos? And what is your video editing software? I use CapCut. I used to use iMovie. Editing, to be honest, I used to make AMVs. That's one thing I can say. So that's how I learned how to edit, as in how to use the softwares. But as for editing with this, just doing it over and over again. If you guys see my very first commentary, it's crap. But if you see it now, I can actually edit parts. There are tutorials on YouTube as well with editing. I do basic stuff. If you guys want to learn how to do over editing, you know, the overstimulating stuff, which I'm not a big fan of, there's probably tutorials out there. But if you want to do simple stuff like me, it's just basic clip placements and just cropping out clips you don't need and just placing them, really, just so I can get straight to the point, because sometimes I know I don't. And are those all the questions? All the questions that I feel are kind of relevant. Some of these are so random, guys, but I can't answer absolutely all of them because, one, there's too many, and two, like, I don't have enough education with some of these, and I don't watch half the shows that you guys mention. Okay, I think I can end with this one. Do you think everyone needs self-improvement? What about people who feel like they don't need it and they'll be better off without it? Guys, don't be silly. Honestly, self-improvement is something that's in the name. It's self-improvement. There's nothing except, like, what's the word? There's no guarantee that, oh my god, I can't speak. Okay, what I'm trying to say is that you will absolutely gain something from it. And self-improvement doesn't have to just be like, okay, I'm just gonna improve. It's like, it's your whole freaking life. You need to work on how to make yourself better as a person. So absolutely prioritize it, and remember, it affects everything: your relationships, your career, your personal self-image, your self-esteem, all of that stuff. So work on yourself thoroughly, and remember, you will never regret it, because it's self-improvement, and improvements always imply enhancing in a good way, because you're getting better at something. And if you get better at something, naturally there's going to be more good things to look at. So please prioritize yourself and becoming the best version of you. Anyway, I've been yapping for a crap ton of time. But thank you guys so much for watching, for supporting me, and for submitting these questions. Once again, if your question did not arise, I am so sorry. But I tried, okay? And I hope that you guys liked this video. It was definitely unique. And I know I did mention a bit of detail about things which weren't entirely necessary, but hey, always good to know about people. And I avoid politics personally. Like, I can just say free Palestine, that's it. But I avoid politics strictly. That's not what my channel is for. But I am for world peace. I definitely will speak up for what's right. But at the same time, I don't want to make anyone uncomfortable. And politics always causes drama. And I'm not someone who likes that. But yeah. Hope you guys support my coffee page as well, and I have merch in my description. I'm working on more artwork to add to my shop. I will give you guys an update when the new products are up. But for now, you can enjoy reviews that we've had, and I will always share any updates you guys are willing to share with others. It's always lovely, and it looks like everyone's enjoying the merch as well, which is great. So yeah, peace out, and hope this helps. Ciao.